Hey guys, it's Michelle. Thanks so much for joining. Today's video is my 2023 mom bag tag. Thank you for bearing with me through my laryngitis. My voice is like still not there yet, but I could not stand not making videos. So last year I did a bag tag about the most functional mom bags. This year is going to be a little different. This year I wanted to go through my inherited mom bags, inspired by one of my viewers. Thank you to Navajo Auckland. She always writes these amazing comments of stories of bags that she's inherited from her grandmother and her mother, so it really inspired me to do this video. So I'm going to share with you some of my inherited bags, and some are luxury and some are not. But it also really got me thinking of like all the luxury wars out there and how many people have tried to shame me and other people about not having a true luxury bag or not spending all your money on a luxury bag. And you know, I'm really sick of it because all that materialism, it's not that important, okay? It's just a shopping addiction. Do whatever you want and whatever you say to justify your shopping addiction, but I'm not about putting other people down. I have a shopping addiction. Like, I love jewelry, I love Tiffany, and you know, it might not be as high-end as Van Cleef's. But anyways, I digress. So let me tell you about some of the luxury bags that I inherited quickly. My Speedy. So if you've been watching me, you know about some of these. The thing is, my mom never used these bags. And I don't use this bag. My good friend pointed out, you just fix the zipper and you're actually going to use the bag. Another bag I inherited was the St. Cloud. And I've done videos about this, and this is a vintage Louis, and it's really nice. The canvas of the vintage Louis is so much different than what you get today. So I really like having this bag. But honestly, I remember when my mom offered me these things. Look, I don't have a brown bag in my collection, and I never buy brown bags. I buy red bags, pink bags, and metallic bags. So my mom and I just had very different styles. On the topic of Mother's Day, and one of the things I've noticed is that, you know, I think when you get used to a person's things or their closet, they have a certain scent. And my mom liked to keep a lot of perfume. I love DOSSIER. I love that you can get different types of scents. So the three here that I have, we have Musky Green Tea, which is inspired by Creed Silver Mountain Water. Did you know Creed Silver Mountain Water smells very similar to VUITTON Cactus Garden? So Cactus Garden will run you about $280. Creed will run you about $415 or $450. It's pretty up there in price, but if you buy the DOSSIER version, it is like, starts at $29. Woody Sandalwood, inspired by Le Labo, Santal 33. So all these scents too, as I've been introducing DOSSIER, they're all unisex. I really love the unisex scents. And the last one here is AMBERY VETIVER, inspired by Byredo. Bal d'Afrique, Eau de Parfum. And this is a great way to just try different scents. I know some people collect perfume for the bottles. It can get very expensive. If you don't have people snooping in your bathroom looking for your things and what you have and your perfume, then
Hey Michelle, are you looking through my stuff again?
DOSSIER is the way to go. So my favorite out of all the DOSSIER that I've tried, AMBERY Sage, inspired by Tom Ford, effing fabulous, and AMBERY Cherry, inspired by Tom Ford, Lost Cherry, and these are all Eau de Parfums. Another bag that I picked up is her Le PLIAGE. Very useful. This made my useful mom bag tag last year. And one of the bags that she gave me this bag in 2007. Now this is actually a very functional mom bag. I forget the name of this, but she was very popular because when I was carrying this, everybody knew who she was. And she's patent and crinkly, but not too patent where it's tacky. I kind of love that it's like this Tiffany blue inside and the big coin bars in the middle. But what makes this a great mom bag is that, like, if you have papers to carry, they fit right in there. Like, they fit if you have to carry papers or a file folder. So that's what makes this a great bag. But she gave this to me in 2007, and I remember carrying it to work, and I put it on my desk, and someone complimented it. And I said, like a child, I said, thank you, my mommy gave it to me. And one of the guys there, he was like, did you just say my mommy gave that to me? I said, yes, I did. And he said, that's awesome. And I said that because it's like, even as an adult, it's nice to receive gifts from mommy. Now, we had very different taste. So I didn't really like want her luxury stuff. And I also was like, not that into it. I was only into luxury. It was after she passed, and I took a job at VUITTON, and I just did not have enough self-worth to understand that having those luxury items did not validate me. And I got into that trap thinking that I had to have these luxury goods. So anyways, it's just a PSA of like, these luxury goods, they aren't meant for the masses to achieve. And if you're in that position, don't feel like you have to have it. My mom passed like untimely. She got sick and no one expected it. If God were to tell you, okay, your best friend is going to disappear this year and your cousin's going to disappear, or your mom or your dad or your sister or your brother, would you give up all your luxury items in order to keep them here on this earth? And you probably would say, heck yeah. So, in that perspective, like, none of this stuff is important, so we can just stop shaming each other about it. Okay, so what Navajo brought up, what my viewer brought up, was like, really got me thinking about this video. She said that the VUITTON bags did not remind her of her mother because her mother never used them. And it's the same situation here. My mom did not use her luxury goods. Like this Gucci watch that my dad gave me afterward, I don't even remember her wearing it. She never wore them. She wore her Michael Kors, she wore her Coach. And at some point, I probably thought, well, that's too yellow, it's not my style. And it doesn't necessarily remind me of her. It kind of reminds me of like, we have to use our good things because we just can't take them with us. So, okay, so I showed you the bags that I inherited, the Le Pliage. I took one of the Coach bags because this was one of the bags that she was using. So what had happened is she went on a vacation and she got sick on the cruise. She caught pneumonia, and that's what led to her death. At least she was on this cruise with 24 friends, so it was a good party. And oh gosh, I didn't mean to get teary, but so what I had mentioned to that viewer was like, it wasn't even the bags. She never used her luxury. It didn't remind me of her, but what reminds me of her is all the Coach. She loved Coach. And my dad said too, at any time so my mom was retired, she just loved to shop. And my dad told me, anytime the ladies at Macy's needed to make a sales goal, they called your mom. But what really reminds me of her, and I did go through this, after she passed, I just went through her bags. Because there are things that are, sorry, I needed a break. I was like getting emotional. Infinitely more important than the bag was what was inside. She loved little cosmetic pouches, and all the bags, even the inherited ones, even if she didn't use them, they have a certain smell because there's something she loved to carry. Always little samples of perfume. Like, so here's an example, because I know inside each bag I would find one, like here's a Dolce & Gabbana light blue, or she would put the little perfume cards inside so they'd smell good, and a ton of these little rosary rings. But she loved cosmetic pouches, so I got that DNA. I was like, I love little bags, so people notice that I always have little bags of things. So here she has a bracelet, and of course perfume, pleasures, rosary. Again, this one, I want to say she got this on that trip because Rome was one of the stops, and you get a rosary from the Vatican. It actually it's scented like roses. So something I just noticed this later. Like, I'm always looking at, now I notice synchronicities. So she had this in her bag, and actually right after she died, one of my clients took a trip to Rome, and she brought me the exact same rosary. So I thought that was a nice coincidence. She always kept pictures. This was her. This was her in college. And this is my dad. And I remember she always had these pictures ever since I was a kid. They just moved wallets. Here's my daughter when she was like, I think not even 2 years old. And I found this too. I didn't know she was carrying this. You know, my mom and I were very different, so we didn't talk a whole lot, but oh, she cut out the ex-husband. It was a beautiful dress. By the way, it was a Bachelor Mishka. And there's always something religious in every bag. So anyways, in this bag too, there is the, I don't remember if I just put everything in this bag, but there's like some of the stuff from the cruise. The boarding pass. So, you know, even though it's like I'm saddened that she's not here, but like I said, at least she had her dream vacation. And that's just the way it was meant to be. My mom was also always going to the casino and stuff, so like nylon bags worked. And I also feel like she didn't really wear her expensive things because she knew like expensive things makes you a target for robbery. Little old ladies don't need to be targets, okay? She kept quarters. She loved the slot machines, and I know at some point they stopped giving quarters at slot machines and gave little tickets, but she still collected quarters. This thing is filled with quarters, so it's kind of like funny, you know, funny things that she did that's uniquely her, and then always something religious. Okay, lastly, I know I seem like I'm rambling a bit. This actually is my favorite of the luxury acquisitions. You know, she never wore this either. And oh my gosh, isn't this beautiful? This is so vintage Gucci. This bag, now I try not to use it too much because the edge here, it is rubbed. The insides, it looks like a pigskin suede, and it is starting to fall apart a little bit. So, you know, I kind of just use her on like vacations and special occasions. It has little pockets, and okay, so I just told you my mom's, one of her hobbies was slot machines. So this is kind of actually, with all the pockets, it's a good bag to take to the casino. All right, guys, so one of the reasons I love carrying this bag is because nobody else has it, and I've searched on the internet, I can't even find this bag. And this was purchased probably circa 1992, so this is special to me. I just don't need to have a bag that everyone else has. You guys, thank you so much for sitting through this frog of a voice that I have. So I will follow this up too with my functional mom bags, a little more light, fun energy. And if you have inherited bags or bags gifted from your mom, I would love to hear about them too. I don't know who to tag in this video. I'm going to tag a bunch of you. And if you feel like doing so, and even if I don't tag you, if you feel like doing so, hey, I'd love to see your mom bag collection. And be sure to tag me in your video so I can check it out. My name's Michelle. Talk to you soon. Bye.